Rain had been coming down since noon, the kind that doesn't fall so much as settle in, like a debt you keep meaning to pay. It was past 9. The bottle in the drawer was doing more work than I was, and the last honest sound in the building was Dale's typewriter giving up for the night.
There's a woman in the waiting room. Says she'll sit there till morning if she has to, and she's dressed like she could afford to. I told her you were buried in important work. She looked at the bottle on your desk through the frosted glass, so I don't think she believed me.
She give a name?
She gave a perfume and a fur coat, the name she's keeping for you. She sings down at the Blue Room. I've heard her on the radio. Send her in or send her home, but make up your mind before she wears a hole in the carpet.
You'll forgive the hour. I do my best thinking after the band packs up, and lately, I've had a lot to think about. Somebody's been writing me letters. No signature, just a number at the bottom, and it goes up every week.
Blackmail's a tidy little business, pays better than singing. What's he got on you, sweetheart?
A death. Before the war. Something this city decided to forget, and I let it. I had nothing to do with it, I want that understood. But he says if I stop paying, he puts a name in the wrong ear. The kind of ear that doesn't forgive being reminded.
Whose name, whose death?
That I'll keep for now. But this is for your trouble. And this is so you'll know I'm not lying to you about the rest.
She laid a retainer on the blotter thick enough to choke on, more than a torch singer pulls down in a season. Then she slid a photograph across the desk, creased soft from being carried, a girl's face from 20 years back, laughing at something the camera missed. I'd never met the girl, but those eyes I'd seen before. Somewhere in this city, in some room I couldn't place, those eyes had already looked at me. And I had the cold feeling I'd remember exactly where, right about the time it was too late to matter. The rain had been coming down so long the harbor bar stopped wiping the floor. I found Frankie Slim in the back of one of them, nursing a beer like it owed him money. I put the photograph on the bar in front of him. A girl, maybe 10 years gone, smiling at a camera that didn't love her back.
Oh, geez. Where'd you dig that up? Put it away, put it away. You don't bring a face like that into a place like this. Yeah, I knew her. Everybody down here knew her. Lena Marsh.
She went into the Bay, Frankie. Same week the Blue Room opened its doors. They called it an accident. I want to know who wasn't surprised.
An accident, sure. That's what the paper said. That's what everybody said. Look, back then, Pauly Marchetti wasn't nobody. He was nothing, see? Just a kid with a loud suit. And Lena, she was his girl, his. So when she turns up floating the same week he cuts the ribbon on that club, you don't call that an accident, but you don't call it nothing else, neither. Not if you want to keep breathing.
A girl like that, somebody else must have been sweet on her too.
Yeah, there was. Young copper, walked the dock beat, crazy for her. Used to wait outside the club just to walk her home. Big Irish kid. Name a Brog. No. Forget it. Forget I said that. I didn't say no name. I gotta go. I swear on my mother, I got somewhere I gotta be.
He left the rest of his beer and a couple of bills curling in the wet, and he was gone into the rain like the floor had caught fire. Frankie's been scared of a lot of men in his life, but I'd never seen him go white over half a name. Whoever that young cop grew up to be, he was somebody worth choking on. And I had a pretty good idea who still wore the badge. The Chronicle kept its dead downstairs in the morgue, rows of steel drawers full of yesterday's headlines and the people they buried. Flynn took me down there at midnight, past the presses, into a room that smelled like old paper and older secrets. If a story ever got killed in this town, this was where the body turned up.
Here, same drowning you've been chasing, only it's not the date you'd think. Somebody worked it years back. Real reporter, real legwork, called your accident exactly what it was. A killing. Front page, lower fold.
So it ran. Why am I the first man asking about it?
Because it ran exactly once. One edition, then it's gone. Pulled overnight, an order straight down from the top floor. Look at the clip. The byline scrubbed. And out here in the margin, somebody penciled a name and then blacked it out so hard it tore the paper. One name, the man who buried it. He's still around, you know, still respectable. Still gets his picture taken cutting ribbons. I want to print this. Tonight, I want to put that name back on a front page where it belongs.
You sit on it, Flynn. The last man who typed that name lost his byline. The two before you who got close lost a lot more. A story this old didn't stay buried by accident. Somebody's still holding the shovel. Flynn slid the clipping back in its envelope, but I'd seen the hunger in his eyes, and hunger like that doesn't take advice. Somebody had reached down from the top of the city and snuffed this story out before the ink was dry, and gone to the trouble of erasing the one name that could explain why. In this town, a name blacked out that hard isn't a secret. It's a tombstone with the lettering filed off. The Blue Room was the kind of place where the carpet swallowed your footsteps and the brandy cost more than my rent. Pauly Marchetti held court at the back booth like a king who'd never been told the war was over. He poured me a drink before I sat down. In this town, that's how a man tells you he already knows why you came.
Sit. You look tired, my friend. A man works too hard. He forgets to enjoy himself. Drink. It's the good stuff. Comes off a boat that don't exist. Now, you didn't come to the Blue Room for the music. So, what's on your mind?
A singer. Pretty voice, prettier nerve. She's been selling a photograph to anybody who'll pay. A girl who went in the harbor 20 years back. Word is the asking price goes up the closer it gets to you.
20 years. You believe that? I was a kid. Some canary wants to sing old songs for nickels. That's her business, not mine. I don't shake down dead girls. That ain't respect. Whatever this dame is peddling, I didn't order it, and I don't want it. The past is a grave, friend. You dig it up, all you get is dirt under your nails.
So I laid the photograph on the white tablecloth and slid it across. Pauly didn't pick it up. He just looked at it, and for 1 second the warmth ran right out of his face like the heat out of a corpse. Then the smile came back, but I'd seen the crack.
Put that away. You want to know about that girl? You're asking the wrong man. I didn't take nothing from nobody back then. But somebody did. You go ask your friend the lieutenant. Ask Brogan what he lost. 20 years ago. Ask him whose name she was gonna take and whose she didn't. Then you'll understand why that old man's been wanting me in a box ever since. Now finish your drink. On the house.
I left the brandy where it sat. 20 years Brogan had carried his grudge against Marchetti and never once said why. Now Pauly was handing me the why like a gift he couldn't wait to be rid of. Trouble was, a gift from a man like that always comes with a string, and the other end of it was tied to the one cop in this city I couldn't afford to lose. Brogan asked me to meet him out on the pier, where the harbor goes black and the rain comes off the water sideways. 20 years I'd known the man, and I'd never seen him stand still that long. He looked like a building somebody had already condemned, just waiting on the wind.
You've been asking the wrong questions, son. Everybody wants to know why I hate Marchetti. Like it's a case file. Like there's a number on it. There's no number on it. There's a girl.
The one they pulled out of the bay, 20 years back, the case that never got a case.
She was mine. Or she was gonna be. Only thing I ever wanted. That wasn't a bottle or a badge. Then Pauly took a shine to her, and Pauly's friends don't stay above ground long. When she turned up in the water, the man at the top made the file disappear to keep his good name and his good company. I dug for it 20 years with my bare hands. That's the grudge. That's all of it.
And there it was, the whole rotten architecture of him laid out in the rain. A vendetta isn't a grudge you can put down. This was the only thing holding the old man up. Then you should know who's been working the blackmail, Patty. The singer down at the Blue Room. She's not after money. She never sent a price. She's the girl's daughter, and she wants the killing printed where the whole city has to read it over breakfast.
Her daughter. God help me. 20 years. And the kid grows up to do the one thing I never had the spine for. You print that story, son. And it doesn't stop at Pauly. It goes all the way up, and it takes the whole rotten city down on top of it. Maybe takes me too. I can't watch it buried again. And I can't watch it burn. so I'm leaving it on you.
He walked off down the pier and left me holding it, the way you'd hand a man a lit stick of dynamite and ask him to decide, kindly, whether to swallow it or throw it through a window. Bury the dead girl one more time, or let her daughter set the match. Either way, somebody I knew wasn't walking home. The rain didn't have an opinion. The rain never does. Dawn came up gray over Calloway Bay the way it always does, like the city was ashamed of what it did in the dark. I had the bottle out and the blinds down. Some mornings you drink to start. This one, I was drinking to finish. There was a photograph on the desk in front of me, and 20 years of somebody's life were riding on whether I struck a match.
You didn't come home, and you didn't call. So either you closed it, or it closed you. From the look on your face, I'm guessing a little of both.
It's closed, Dale. The singer's on the morning train. No story, no name, no justice. Just a one-way ticket and whatever she can carry.
And the photo? I'm not blind. That's the kind of picture that puts a respectable man in a cell, or puts the man holding it in the harbor. You already decided which, didn't you? You decided before you walked in.
If I print it, Brogan goes to war with a ghost he's been chasing 20 years, and he loses his badge, maybe more. The girl gets a headline and a closed casket, some doors you don't open. You just lean on them and hope the cold stays inside.
So you eat it. You carry the one thing he can't afford anybody to know, and you light it on fire to keep the peace. That's not peace, you know. That's just you, alone, holding the match.
The flame took the corner first, then the face, then the whole rotten truth of it, curling up into smoke that smelled like every promise this city ever broke. Downtown, a beloved man would sleep easy tonight, the way he had for 20 years. The singer would be 3 states gone by noon with nothing in her hands. And me, I'd traded the proof for a secret. The trouble with a secret like that is, it doesn't keep you. It marks you. He didn't know my name yet, but a thing that can hang a man, the man always comes looking for. And in this town, a loose thread doesn't get pulled. It gets cut.